99 FM, transmitting from Tecnoradio, CI, Mexico State. The Late Class Show! Throughout history.
Hey, my name is Ricardo Morquecho and welcome to this new program, The Late Class Show. The topic of today is going to be about a very important event that took place approximately between 1945 and 1989. It was a huge conflict in different aspects between the two principal world powers of that time. During this period there was never a battle or direct attack between these powers. It was more an ideological, political, economic, propagandist and technological war. During this war, important events took place, such as the construction on August 13, 1961 and the fall on November 9th of 1989 of the Berlin Wall, the embargo of the United States against Cuba between 1959 and 1962, the arrival of Apollo 11 to the moon, etc, etc, etc. We're going to talk about the Cold War. Cold War, this period of constant battle in different aspects and fields between the two most powerful world powers in that time, the USSR and the United States. But why it was called the Cold War? The term Cold War was given to this confrontation due to it was not an armed conflict, or at least not directly. It was more a technological, political, strategical and other things that ends with ICAL. Albeit, analyzing it better, we can say that this conflict was most based in an ideological contrast or difference between two different streams of thoughts that were the capitalism and communism. Capitalism, that was mostly supported by the United States, is an ideological and mostly economical system exposed by the father of this ideology, Adam Smith. This economical system is based in privatization, assignation of economic resources through a market system, and basically the capital as the principal generator of wealth. And the antagonist, the communism exposed by Karl Marx, and in that period mainly supported by the USSR, is also an economical system, but totally contrary to capitalism. The communism proposed an economic system in which the private sector doesn't exist. The total control over production gains will have the government and will be distributed in an equitable way into all the population. In order to get a bigger and more ample context, let's listen to two interviews that we have made about this topic. Teacher Novel, first question. What countries were the world leaders during this period?
Okay, in this period you have two different positions, okay, two different point of view. The New Order was ruled by United States and USSR.
Why did the countries who were allies during the wars become enemies afterwards?
Okay, because they need to divide the territory, okay? In that period of time, Germany and all the allies used to be together in order to conquer the world. But suddenly you need to banish all the Nazism and this kind of fascist. So they tried to catch all the territories that they ruled. For example, Germany used to have part in Congo, part in South Africa or something like that. So you are not anymore the owner. So you need to share with United States and the USSR the territories that they conquered. In that period of time, you have two positions. The position in USSR is the socialist, and the position in United States is the capitalism. So you need to divide the world in the countries which has the same point of view with the communist solutions, and the capitalist that is belong to United States.
Where did the Cold War took place?
Exactly, a territory is not a territory, because the Cold War is cold because you don't have a field in which you need to fight the battles, okay? You have like only suppositions and theories about the world. So maybe the Soviets tried to conquer the world with experiments and tried to conquer the universe with some cosmonauts. And the capitalism said, no, maybe we need to solve that terror, sending a man to the moon. And the opposite said, no, we need to send special satellites. So it's a world that is not exactly in a territory. It's only in the minds of the owners or leaders in this territory.
What opinion did general public have of the Cold War?
Well, it depends. If we are in a capitalism country, we said, yeah, we need to vanish the communism because the communism is a bad idea. But if you went to the communist countries, nowadays we have less communism, like China, North Korea, Cuba. They say that's the only solution to the capitalism. That's the only solution to believe that we have some necessities. We need lots of iPhones, lots of industry, lots of material things. So it depends on the positions. Okay, if we are in the countries in capitalism, we have only the position that the communism is a bad idea, and the opposite. If you went to the communism countries, they say capitalism is a bad idea and capitalism is destroying the world.
What type of weapons did the two world powers have at their disposal?
Exactly a weapon not. It's only the idea to use a weapon in that period of time. Of course, the nuclear weapons or the atomic bomb, they used to develop lots of in order to be prepared for the other country. But exactly a weapon not. It's a more ideological weapon or maybe an advanced weapon, okay? To conquer more the technological devices, to conquer more the ideal that we need to implant the idea of the communism is the best idea or the capitalism.
Thanks a lot. Teacher Mara, first question. What countries were the world leaders during this period?
It was a conflict between two countries, mainly URSS and United States. And the most important persons that were involved were Mikhail Gorbachev, John F. Kennedy, and I think they were the most important.
Why did the countries who were allies during the wars become enemies afterwards?
That was because of some differences in their philosophical ideologies. Like United States was capitalist and URSS was more like communist.
Where did the Cold War took place?
It took place in all the world.
What opinion did general public have of the Cold War?
Okay, I think that as humans, we think that our opinion of the things it's the best, and I think on the other part on the other side of the world, or on the other side of the same thing, of the same object, they had their own opinion, but it's just based in one like context, or it's just a point of view, and they said that the other ones they were incorrect, and these ones they say that the other ones they were wrong, and well, I think.
What type of weapons did the two world powers have at their disposal?
The main weapons that they used, they were nuclear weapons, atomic bombs, and above all, they use ideological fear for maintaining the people like calm in one way, but insecure. And well, that's it.
conclusion, wow, we can say that the conflict was huge and was developed in lots of parts of the world, including conflicts and wars like the Vietnam War, the embargo to Cuba, the division of Korea and Germany, etc. The Cold War marked a before and an after in history, economy, technology, arms industry, etc. and also create or was the factor that developed an evolution of the world and globalization. It has brought lots of bad and terrible consequences, but also create a huge change in a positive way in the human race, such as in a political, economic, social, philosophical, and humanistic context. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hear us on the next broadcast of The Late Class Show. Bye bye!